Hi folks, welcome back to the shop here at Project Pine Hills. Today we're talking about these Knipex high leverage boat end cutting nippers, part number 6101-200. The 200 is for 200 millimeters. That means they're 8 inches in length. They're made in Germany. Now these pliers can cut any wire up to 3 millimeter, including piano wire, which they've even printed here on the handle. Now these pliers are referred to by several different names. Some people call them nail pullers, some call them nippers, or nipping pliers, or even end cutting pliers. Now Knipex sent these pliers to me some time ago, and I've just gotten around to reviewing them, and it's a good thing because I've been able to use these a few times and really see just how well it works for pulling nails. You can see here on the tool, Knipex is etched into the metal. They got Germany etched in here on the handle. We flip it over in the back, you can see Knipex is etched into the back of the tool as well. There's a look at how wide those nippers open up. Notice the handles have a bit of a curve right here, and then they arch back up. Now these are offset nippers. If you look at the top, you can see that they're set to one side here of the tool. A lot of nippers are centered. Your typical nippers would have a cutter in the center. You would have this cutting edge across the top. Now the reason you have such high leverage with these is this entire cutting edge is as close as it can be to the fulcrum. That's the center of this rivet here in the back. So that gives you tremendous leverage. You can see the cutting edge is beveled both on the inside and on the outside of this tool. Now they have excellent cutters. I can just take this finish nail, put it in here, and it'll cut through that no problem. Now the cutting edges on this have been induction hardened to a hardness of about 64 HRC, and the entire tool itself is forged. There's lots of things you could use for cutters. These have tremendous leverage, but really what I like these for is as a nail puller, and I'll show you that here real quick. Now here we have an embedded nail that we want to remove. And when you're starting out, you might think, oh, I can use my claw hammer. Well, the claw hammer, of course, can't get under the head. It's too embedded. Of course, then you might say, well, I could use my cat's paw nail puller, which is a good option, and you could take this guy and put it right here at the nail head, and you tap this paw underneath of it, dig into the wood, dig into the nail, and then you can pry it up. But what do you do when the nail head is compromised? This cat's paw can't grab the head. You could turn it sideways. You could try to bite down on here at low. It's the same with your claw hammer, right? You got nothing to bite. You could turn it sideways. You could try to bite up on here, but there's a better way. So we take this Knipex nail puller, and I'm going to show you how this would work. Now, that nail head is pretty much flush with the wood. So what we could do is take these nippers, push it up into the edge of this nail head, kind of point the corners down a little bit, squeeze it a little bit, and you'll see we can just take that beveled edge of those nippers and get right under that nail head. We reposition the nippers, we bite down a little bit, and it's already pulled the nail up a little bit. And now, of course, we got this curved head on these nippers. It makes it perfect for rounding and just rounding up and pulling that nail up. What's great about these nippers, unlike hammers or a cat's paw nail puller, is I can get another bite down here, bite down, pull up a little bit more. And incrementally, I can pull this nail out. Just a few pulls, and you can pull the other way if you wanted to, if the nail bends too much. But you can see I can just go work right down this nail and pull it out, and it's out just that easy. So let's say you have an embedded nail and the nail head's been compromised, but you don't want to damage the wood. You could take a small piece of wood or something flat like this putty knife, put it here, put your nippers on the nail, and pull it up, turning against that putty knife, getting another bite when you need to, and ensuring you don't damage the wood. That's what really makes these end nippers excel for pulling nails. There's nothing better that I've seen anywhere for pulling nails, especially if you have a lot of nails to pull and not damage the wood. So it's a low impact way of doing that. Now I've done that myself. I've had metal that's nailed into wood and I need to remove the nails without damaging the metal. And I was able to use a flat edge and these Knipex nippers to get on there and sort of pull out that nail. Because they're offset, it's easy to get the nail in there. This head is not centered, having the pliers in your way, right? Normally with a pair of nippers, you'd have to get right here on the edge to pull that nail out. But because these are offset, it makes them even better for pulling nails and getting into tight spaces where you need to grab that nail and roll it up. So it's got more access than your traditional typical pair of nippers. Now the cutters on this tool, of course, will cut a nail nearly flush. And of course, then you can tap that nail down. So if you need to pull nails, I think this Knipex high leverage boat end cutting nippers is a much better way to go than say your traditional claw hammer or your cat's paw nail puller. Just can't beat this for pulling nails, and especially if you're not trying to damage the work and the nail head's been compromised and all those things. It's just a much better tool for pulling nails. Excellent tool here from Knipex. I think you'd really like it. I'll have a link to this in the description. Let me know in the comments if you use these nippers, if you tried them out. And please remember to like and subscribe. All those actions help me to continue to bring content to you here on the Project Pine Hills channel. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.